Hey, good afternoon, Brian. Hey guys, today we've got a whole bunch of XCWs. Today's XCW day. Now I'm gonna tell you right up front, this thing is just out of the crate. It is unbuilt. This came off a truck about an hour or two ago, and Brian just happened to be coming anyway. So this is a bit serendipitous here, but and honestly, I think this is going to be his bike. So it's definitely serendipitous. Let's talk. So we now live in a world where you can get 4 different 300 XCWs for 2025. That's pretty cool. Now we all know that the base model is no slouch. It's a fantastic bike. It is the gold standard of enduro bikes up here for 2 strokes. But they've offered a couple others. Now I'm going to start over here for a second. We're pretty familiar with this guy because it was out last year. Now this is the 2025 Hard Enduro. We had a 24 as well. It was much more orange. This has got a whole lot of black on it. We love this bike. This bike comes with a ton of value in it. Different wheel set. It's got guards all over the place. Comes with a fan on it. Comes with pull straps, front and rear. Comes with a mapping switch. Super sprocket case guard. This bike really comes equipped to the point where we're not adding a ton to this bike. And so most of you know about the Hard Enduro. We love this bike. So they've kind of created a good, better, best, and really best scenario. The good would be our base XCW. We're going to talk about the Champions Edition. That is definitely better. This is the best, and of course we'll talk about the factory in just a moment. So if you have any questions, I mean, there's a lot of information out about the Hard Enduro. I do like this year also how they put that black seat on. I'm in love with this black seat on it versus there was almost too much orange last year. We still have the orange frame on here, but fantastic motorcycle and ready to go out of the gate here. I do like swing arm graphics. They got a little different this year as well. We still have the Galfer solid rear disc on there, the rear disc guard, shark fin on there as well. So really well equipped bike. Not the cheapest one out there, MSRP $13,299, but just a ton of value here, and probably also really great resale on it as well.
Absolutely.
So that's our Hard Enduro. Before we get back to this factory, let's go over and talk a little bit about the Champions Edition, because I'm not unclear on this. I was talking to the guys, and I'm like, gosh, it's just a dress-up bike. And sometimes I don't see as much value in the dress-up bikes, but I think there's a lot going on here. So first off, you're going to get a rib seat. So you're going to get the factory seat on here. So that's a real nice upgrade, and I do love these seats. You're going to get the standard wheel set and tire set. You'll notice peeking through on the other side, they do put a super sprox on here as well. So there's some value there. This bike is going to come with a map switch up here, so we know that that's an added value on there. It's got a fan on it. The one thing that I was a bit surprised to see when I took this bike out of the crate is that we're running a floater on the front. We got a floating front disc.
Nice.
So between the fan, the disc, the obviously it's got an axle puller on it, the super sprox, the better seat. There is a lot of value with this bike. I mean, this bike's going to be $12,099. So the Red Bull graphics, of course, add a nice touch to it as well. Definitely factory graphics on there. So there's a lot to like on this bike. For folks who don't need all the other elements that come on that Hard Enduro, great choice. I also like just some of the graphics on the mask up here, the headlight mask. Just that white really sets it off. It's got a great view from the front end. We do like that quite a bit. It's got the softer grips, got the gray grips on it that come on some of the other special editions. So a lot going on here. So I'm a fan. Like I said, when we first ordered them, I was a little unsure how much would come on this, whether it would stand on its own besides graphics. But but there's a lot on this bike. So
absolutely good looking bike. And like you said, all the extra parts on it really do seem like a good value. I mean, this is just not much more expensive than the standard edition. And you're getting the bling factor, you're getting a fan. I mean, that's a big thing. Not only that, a lot of people don't like to install them. So when they're coming with a fan, pretty incredible. Coming with what, $170, $200 map switch there. Polar, axle puller, floating front disc is incredible. And then that Super Sprox rear. Those are some pretty great additions. And then these graphics are just absolutely awesome looking in person. Really, really like this bike. So, yep, I think it's pretty incredible.
Okay, so let's get to why Brian drove up here on a snowy day in November. Let's talk about this factory bike a little bit. Now, to be clear, this bike, let's the obvious thing in the room here. This bike comes with this gut seat here,
yep.
The orange seat. So we did take that off. Every time a bike comes with an orange seat, Brian and I grab black seats and say, gosh, we like those.
Yep.
So the jury's out on this. I want to set it on here, just one that we had in stock. But it does come with a gut seat, which is interesting. It's the first time I've seen guts show up on one of these bikes outside of Husky. So Husky has had some gut seats offerings. I love gut seats, but this one showed up with this one. So we're going to set this aside for a second. Now, like I mentioned, before we get to the bike, we have not put this together. So this is what we gotta go through and put on here. So what do we have on the bench here? Front disc guard. It is sticker palooza. Lots of I see swing arm stickers on there. Stuff for the front. This is for the headlight mask. We've got them for the side right underneath the seat. Let's see. Obviously fork stickers in there as well. You do have a rear safety wire for your rear brake. Upgraded frame guards, just like on the Hard Enduro. Of course, your roost guards that are on there as well. Let's see, anything is, you've got your case saver, or the slave cylinder cover is called, and obviously the chain guide that accommodates it. New oil fill plug. This is, of course, your mapping switch. Rear disc guard in this box. Of course, your toolkit. And then these two guys, which are adjustment tools for that fork, which we've got to go and learn something about.
Throwing valves.
Yeah, Brian and I are going to go to school on how to adjust these. So, but it's nice that they do give you a bunch of tools here in the kit that's going to go with this bike as well. So if you pick one of these up and they don't come with these, be wondering why. Yeah. If you don't want these, they might find the way in my bench here. Okay. All right, so let's come back over here to the bike for a second. Obviously what we all came here to see is going to be this fork. So, you know, this is going to come with that, oh gosh, it's, I'm trying to remember the number. What did we look up here?
7548 maybe?
Yeah, on the forks here. The 7548 forks, yeah, thank you, I appreciate that. So it's not an insert, it's not a cartridge, it's a full different fork that comes on these. $3,500 forks. And cone valve technology. So that's for the slight upgrade in price that you're going to pay on this bike, if you can find one. We've got 4 of them, but all of them are spoken for at the moment. These bikes, these bikes really pay for themselves just because of that fork.
Absolutely.
So what else do we get here that really differentiates it versus that Hard Enduro? Because a lot of folks have said, hey, it's a Hard Enduro with better forks. And to some extent that's true. Obviously we've got the Red Bull graphics on here. We do have a titanium power core, not a turbine core, titanium power core exhaust that does come stock on this. You do get a Hinson clutch cover down there as well. That's going to be a little different. As far as things that don't come on here, one thing that I noticed pulling the items out of the box here is you're not getting the front and rear pull straps that you get on the Hard Enduro. So that was one difference versus what you're going to see on there. So other big difference that you're going to get here, this may look a little different to you. These are just starting to be released out there. The new Geomax AT82 rear tire on there. And Brian, you had looked before. I didn't even come over here yet to see if we were putting an AT82 on the. Yeah, it is an AT82 front. So this is that new front on there as well. So it does come with the new rubber that we haven't seen. It's the first bike that's come in that has the new tire set on as well.
Nice.
Nothing's broken here, by the way. We just haven't even put the headlight mask on, hooked electrics up, you see wires everywhere. So I'm sorry it's in this condition, but this is, other than putting handlebars on it, we just rolled it in here out of the box. So this is kind of what it's going to look like coming in. Brian, what else did I miss here, man? Solid rear disc sill, different still the factory wheel set, the DID factory wheel set that comes on the Hard Enduro as well. So that's part of this package. Fan, of course, comes with this as well. Yeah.
She is good looking, and I think
Yeah, come on back here, man. Sorry, I've hemmed us in a little bit with XCWs.
I can adjust
We've got
that.
an XCW barricade.
Man, she's good looking, man. That cone valve fork is just, I'm really surprised that KTM did something so unique. That's such a cool fork, something I've been wanting to try out for such a long time. So that is pretty stoked about that.
I'm going to put that stock seat back on so folks can really see what this is going to look like with that on. There we go. That's a better sense of what that's going to look like now. That orange seat on.
Yeah, and it doesn't look bad. I just prefer a little bit of mixing it up with the black on there. But that's a cool seat nonetheless. Ooh, look at this. You get the fan. You get the Henson clutch cover. Beefy. Pretty much indestructible in my opinion. Factory 2.1 titanium. You get the upgraded wheels. The orange nipples. Super Sprock rear sprocket. You get the disc guard. I mean, this bike is just, it's a looker in my opinion. You know me, I'm a Husky guy, but man, I am excited to give this bike a go. Woo. Well, here you got them all. You got the factory edition, you've got the Champions edition, and you have the Hard Enduro. Like Lee said, he's only got 4 of these coming. They're all spoken for now, but if you got a Champions edition, you got a Hard Enduro, and you got some TEs as well.
I'll tell you, not a ton of those. I've got definitely got a couple of Champions available. I got a couple Hard Enduros available still. We've gone through most of those for the 25 model year. So yeah, definitely call if you're looking for those. And I'll tell you the stock XCW is no slouch.
Yeah,
it is such a fantastic bike. So so good thing. It won't be long till you see what your crosslink swing arm guards on there. Yep, you'll upgrade this a little bit with a different skid probably.
Yep.
A few other things I know that you're going to put on this bike, so it'll look a little bit different when it gets home for you guys.
Absolutely. Guys, thanks for watching. Stoked to kind of show you the newest of the new that's out right now. Factory edition, Champions edition, Hard Enduro. You got 4 300 XCWs to choose from. You can't go wrong with any of them, and they're awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.